Kashmir. What is happening, sir?
Well, I think that they at last seem to have realized their folly. There's a very strong rebuttal from Ministry of External Affairs and uh, clearly kind of pushing back and making a very strong statement as to, what Germany's thinking is in terms of taking such a position, especially on Kashmir, and also highlighting the Fatah issue with regard to the nation that is at the epicenter of the issue. So they said they seem to have clarified the position, and the German ambassador in India has, taken back the statement, which means we are back to where we started.
That's very good to know, sir. I mean, this was something that was just totally unexpected. United States also, when they sent their ambassador to Pak-occupied Kashmir or China-occupied Kashmir, whichever way you want to parse it, that was another one that was a surprise. I don't know when that is going to get sorted out. But now let us take a look at a new emerging controversy. Saudi Arabia was considered one of the closest allies of United States in the Middle East. It was actually Saudi Arabia which said that you will protect our territory, and in return, we will work with you in terms. This I'm talking about the 50s, sir, when the Kingdom of Al Saud got formalized. I mean, US came in. That's when it really got formalized. And now we are hearing some very interesting things that United States tried to arm twist Kingdom of Saudi Arabia from not cutting OPEC production up until the next month, which is when the by-elections are, or they call them midterm polls in the United States. Sridharji, how could they have tried this? I mean, is the Biden administration really nervous right now?
Well, Biden administration. I think we have talked in several times in several shows. Has really been questionable with many of their actions and decisions. For them to have taken such a very strong position on Saudi Arabia warranted a pushback from Saudis. So Saudi's foreign minister, I think we talked about it. We said that we will make one more kind of an observation or revelation or a news, which is effectively, U.S. stating that please delay, remember, delay your production cuts by a month. Instead of saying, please consider, not doing the cuts in the interest of the global economy. So it turns into a political forfeit, which warranted the Saudi foreign minister to come public and say, this is a universal consent decision of OPEC plus. There's no way Biden administration can take, or US administration can take a position like this in view of elections, which is political rather than true economic position.
Sridharji, just for my information, what percentage of the OPEC production is from KSA, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia?
I don't have the number offhand, but I think it is.
Is it 30%, sir? I'm just asking some mota, big picture. 30%, less than 20%?
It's about, I think it's somewhere between, somewhere north of 20% would be my estimate within the OPEC.
Yeah, if they're about 30%, it is harder to kind of edge out a big boy. But 20%, it's a middling number. Some other countries can come and say, listen, we don't think so, or something like that. So I think we have to give this round to Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now, there is a news floating that Ro Khanna, along with Durbin, Senator Durbin, is trying to move a resolution to stop supply of arms of United States to Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I'm not so sure that's a good move, sir. That would be opening the door for Chinese and Russians to sell to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. What do you see about that?
I think we covered this. Bob Menendez came out and basically said that we should do some action. Biden has responded by saying there would be a response to Saudi's decision. So you are now beginning to see, momentum. Gathering momentum within the House and the Senate to see what they can do to, particularly House, where the Democrats are the majority, to see what they can do. None of these things have got any kind of strategic consequences Remember, a lot of the Saudi oil reserves, Saudi oil is sold out of, traded from Houston, which is in the United States. So it's not a good move by the US, but who can tell the United States, especially the present administration, what is the right thing and what is the wrong thing, sir? You asked an interesting question. What is the percentage in OPEC? But we have to look at what is Saudi more in terms of it is the largest today without factoring in the total US. It holds the largest reserves in the world in terms of the energy.
And we are taking some numbers and we are crunching them. And what we are seeing is 31 emerging nations, their debt has risen over 250% of the collective GDP. Sridharji, is this a COVID effect? Because I'm concerned that even some European nations, such as United Kingdom, may have something similar, sir. Can you put a little bit more light on this?
Emerging economies make up about 31 in number. Their collective debt has grown to $98 trillion as of June. We haven't calculated more recent as yet. The $98 trillion is at least $5 trillion greater than the total global GDP. The total global GDP expected to be around $94 trillion for 2022 in around the world. So what is causing it? Three things. Inflation. The second thing is an appreciating US dollar. Most of these currencies are impacted against the US dollar, appreciation of the US dollar. And obviously the third, the interest rates. All these three things are playing havoc in the emerging economies.
Sridharji, last update for today, this deal between Israel and Lebanon for exploration of natural gas. Now, the current government in Israel is an interim government, and it is the interim government that appears to have made this deal. Now, both sides, whether you take Naftali Bennett or Benjamin Netanyahu, both of them are saying that we will reject this deal. Sir, for the long-suffering Europeans who are thinking that this might give them some respite, that's one side. The consumer is probably ready. What is the problem? What is a hiccup for both these leaders to say no to this?
Well, there is first and foremost, this is very similar to, it's got all the things very similar to Saudi Arabia. This new elections are, about 2 weeks away. This is an interim caretaker government. Why should US again, arm twist or force a deal which it is not in favor of the main parties which not too far ago was ruling Israel? What was the compromise? And what did they do, what did they concede to the Lebanese? Now, the rumors are that, which is what Benjamin Netanyahu says, take it with some amount of salt, being in a position, right now being in a position and wounded member. He seems to think that the Hezbollah has put the pressure and the Lebanese government or yielded to the threat of the Hezbollah is what the people are saying. So the amount, we don't have the full details of the deal as yet, but it seems like there is considerable concessions that's been made to Lebanon, which Israelis were never willing to do before.
And with that, we bring to close today's Daily Global Insights. Do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And also, please don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Your support is critical to us. If you think you liked our content, consider donating to us using the super thanks button. Sridharji, as always, a pleasure having you on our channel, sir. We'll be back again tomorrow with the hot news of the day. Thank you very much, sir. Namaskar.
Thank you. Namaskar. Have a wonderful day.